Hi, friends. It's Paul Ward here, and welcome to On the Road. We have a special guest, Margarida Eidson, with Rotary Club of Ventura East. Welcome to On the Road.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So tell us, Margarida, how did you get involved in Rotary?
So, I have four boys, and I was always very involved with everything they did. So, they were involved in Boy Scouts. I was in Boy Scouts, and track. I was on the board of track. And music, I was and that involved with that. Well, they all grew up and went to college, and suddenly I didn't have any volunteer opportunities to do. So I started looking around to see where I could help the community, and I came across Rotary. I came across my little club, the Ventura Rotary Club East. So I came to a meeting. It was a nice environment. It's about 30 people. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. Rotary does a variety of things. So my Rotary is involved in so many different things that I thought I don't have to do all of it, but I can pick the things that I'm interested in participating and helping the community. And a lot of the projects we do are also around the world. So to give you an idea of what we do, every year we give about $125,000 in scholarships to students of Ventura Unified,
Wow,
college scholarships. So it's
120,000. That's significant.
$125,000. So it's really interesting to read all the applications, and we have interviews with them personally. So it's really interesting to get to know them and then to really do an easy pick of who's going to get the awards.
Mhm.
We also do $15,000 to nurses for nurses scholarships and vocational as well for vocational schools. And then we donate a lot of money to the Ronald McDonald Family Room, the YMCA, where they have a program to teach kids how to swim, underprivileged kids how to swim in their pool. We support the Family Justice Center. We support the City Center, the Autism Society. So we support a lot of different nonprofits that are directly into our community. Then we have a couple of things around the world. We support a school in a country in Africa, and they have a school for young women that are some of them have been sold into marriage, some of them have been orphaned due to war. So we provide money for them to have a school, a home, and to teach them to be members of their community, be helpful members of their community. So, and then of course, Rotary on the bigger scale is polio, eradicating polio. We're almost there, but we're probably about 5 to 6 years away from a complete eradication of polio disease in our world, and that's huge.
And
When I came to the Rotary, it was very interesting to see all the things that we were doing, and then they asked me to be the president of the club, and I thought, oh yeah, I can do this, and I was sent to president-elect training down in LA, where the whole district has a training for the presidents to learn what to do. And that's when I realized that Rotary is huge, absolutely huge,
global.
uh, global. So my little club is doing so much for this community. And if this club didn't exist, all these things that we would be lost. But
Mhm.
then there's two other clubs in Ventura, and three clubs in Ojai, and one in Oxnard, and two in Santa Paula. And so when you put it all together, it's just absolutely amazing what Rotary does around the world.
And each club decides for itself um, what fundraiser it wants to do and what events it wants to give to and how much money it wants to raise, right? There's a lot of
Exactly.
autonomy within the clubs.
It's completely autonomous, and everything starts in the club. So the next level from the club is the district, and our district is about 70 clubs. And the job of the district is just to support the club. So the club has an idea. We would like to do a work with Nicaragua. Okay, so we'll find what club is in Nicaragua. Can we get the two of them together to communicate, to come up with a project? It's doing training to help lead. There's a lot of leadership training to teach our Rotarians how to be presidents, how to market, how to work on membership, how to do social media. So that's the next level is district. Then we have zone, again, more training, but it's very structured and very focused on leadership, teaching our members leadership, and then facilitating anything that related to community service and world service.
So when you came into your club, were all of the events kind of predetermined, or you said, this is what I want to do under my leadership, or kind of a combination?
It was a combination. So there's things that we do every year. Right now, we're getting set up to do our poinsettia sales. So every holiday season, we do our poinsettia sales, and we donate 20 cases to homes, retirement homes in our community. But so that's something that we do every year. The YMCA grant, we do that every year. But then there's different things that we do that maybe just one year. For example, this year we're looking at the Ventura Football Network, which is a soccer camp that helps kids that have the ability to become professionals, but don't have the money to attend the different auditions or the different camps, and then put them in contact with major soccer teams to have a job. So that was a very interesting program. So another one was the Mesa nonprofit that is now in Ojai. So I know we're going to participate in that, which is a location where kids that are kicked out of their home at age 18 and are just in the streets, they can grab them and have a home for them to help them in the next stage of their life. So a lot of different things that we do that we change from year to year, but a lot of things stay the same.
So for folks that are watching or listening out there who are not involved in their community, but have thought about it, but just haven't, acted on it, do you think that Rotary would be kind of it's one of several choices, right? There's Rotary, there's Lions, there's Kiwanis, there's all kinds of service organizations out there, but chances are they could find a Rotary club somewhere close by their house.
Yes, and all the Rotary clubs are very welcoming. It's just a matter of finding out when they're meeting. Some of them are breakfast meetings, some of them are lunch meetings, and there's some that are twilight meetings. So it's just a matter of finding out and showing up. They'll welcome you. And usually it's, you're invited to a lunch, you're invited to a breakfast, just to see if it's something that you'd like. It's not just about the community service, the world service. It becomes fellowship. It becomes just a group of friends that we help each other. We know about each other's lives. So it's really a family. And the other thing is, everywhere I go around the world, and I travel a lot, and I always find a Rotary meeting that I can attend. And then you become part of that family. If I have trouble, if my car breaks down, if I have any situation, I know I can find a Rotarian to help me.
Interesting.
So it's really a world family.
And you can be as active, or I don't want to say inactive, but some people are more active than others because they have more time, correct? I mean, you should.
Absolutely. Some of our members love to volunteer and do a ton of stuff. Other members like to write a check and just say, I would like to donate to this or to this. So there's an opportunity for everyone. And there's so many different programs, because you can say, I just want to do work with the youth, or I just want to do work with the homeless, or I want to do work with a hospital or a nursing home. So there's so many things that you can get involved in, that you can pick and choose what you want.
And you're going on to bigger and better things, right? You are the district governor elect.
I'm now the district governor nominee. So I have So
Okay.
I'll be district governor in 26, 27. And what that means is I will be in charge of the 70 clubs that we have in this district. And what the district governor does is it visits every club and helps the club. At the board meetings, we help to anything that they need help with, whether it's membership or budgeting or education. So anything that they need help with, we can help, and then also promote Rotary. Rotary, we don't want, never want Rotary to die. We want this to continue in perpetuity. So it's important to make a big entrance and a big support speech to support the Rotary.
Speaking of keeping Rotary going into the future, that is a big challenge, right? To get people to volunteer and just a little bit of their time. I mean, we live in a busy world. It's much more chaotic than it used to be, it seems. And service organizations are having a challenge keeping folks, or getting new members. What do you think the secret sauce is to getting folks to join Rotary clubs and other service organizations?
So we have noticed a decrease in America. All over the rest of the world is an amazing increase in Rotary service.
Oh, really?
I'm originally from Europe, and volunteering in Europe was not very strong. It was just very nobody really cared to do it. It was a Red Cross, and that was it. But in America, volunteering has been a huge part of United States for decades, for centuries. So I think we're seeing a drop in the United States, and the key, I believe the key is to be flexible, is to think outside the box. It's no longer a men's group that meets every lunch. It's bringing younger people. It's having flexibility in our meetings. It may not be every week a lunch. Maybe we can I know one of the things we do is we do a social. On the third Thursday of the month, we go and support a restaurant. We bring our significant others, and we just have a nice time having appetizers and drinking a beer. So it's being flexible about how you go about. It's more hands-on. A lot of young people like to do hands-on and like to do things that are visible now. They don't want to do something that they're going to work on it for 6 months and then in a year they see the results. They want things that are going to have a direct impact now to the community.
Interesting. And there is Rotary for college kids and high schoolers too, right? There's Rotaract and Interact.
Exactly. Interact is for the high schools. And right now in Ventura, we have 7 schools that have Interact clubs, which is
Wow.
fantastic. And
Wow.
we actually have joint meetings with them. We do a lot of projects together. Rotaract, we have currently 1 in Ventura County, and they are doing amazing things. This year, they're looking to build a school in Vietnam. So it's really, we used to do build a house, one house in 1 day in Mexico. So it's very interesting what they do. But like I said, with the young people, it's results right after they make the decision.
Instant gratification.
Yes, instant gratification.
Interesting. So your new district of 5240 that you're going to be leading with 70 clubs, that's a lot of clubs. What is the territory? How do you see yourself traveling around and visiting all those clubs?
It's very interesting. So it's from Westlake to Cambria, and then Bakersfield to Hatchapee, goes inland a little bit. And I was actually looking at my calendar because I have my business. So it's I'm going to have to keep my business going while I'm governor.
Right.
So it's probably going to be one of those 1 week on, 1 week off, and go visit all the clubs.
Interesting. Well, some of those places sound exciting, and others shall remain nameless, right?
Right. But it's surprising because some of the clubs that we have in our district have 10, 12 members, and they do a huge amount of work. We just put a program together for the district where each club inputs the number of volunteer hours, the amount of money they contribute, and also how many lives it impacts.
Mm.
And now we can have those numbers. We see the numbers as a district, how much change, how much good we do in this district. And it just blows my mind. It's just amazing.
I bet it's hundreds of thousands of hours and, I mean, tens of millions of dollars over time.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And when you put the whole world together, it just, oh my goodness. A world without Rotary would not be a nice world.
Well, it's definitely a worthy cause. And, I know, a lot of folks driving through, especially small towns, they still have the rotary wheel on the entry sign, right?
Yes,
And a lot of people don't know what that is or what it means. They've seen it, but they just don't know what's behind it or who's behind it, and all the good that it does. So I wanted to have you on and share the good word.
great. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you did.
Absolutely. Well, thank
As
you
you
so
can
much.
tell, I'm really I really like Rotary.
Absolutely. We wanted to have somebody passionate. So thank you for being our guest on this on the road.
Thank you so much, Paul. That was a pleasure.